Is that on?
It is.
Are we on? Is this happening? We are live.
Are
we? We are live.
Live.
Yes.
What does that even mean now?
I know, what does live even mean?
I mean, we're live right now, but when they listen,
Yeah.
this was live at some point.
It was live at some point.
We're already off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, we're back.
Hi, this is a podcast. It's called The Good, The Bad, and The LP, and we're not dead. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you thought we were, because sometimes it feels like we're dead. I mean, I feel pretty dead right now, but we're alive. We're kicking somewhat.
Yeah, and we're in the same room again.
Yeah, I'm Dan.
This is James. I am James. Wait.
I am James.
Yeah. I'm James.
The
You
simple
are
song
Dan.
that never was.
Yeah. This is The Good, The Bad, and The LP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we are. We're actually recording a video stream of this too at the same time, so if anyone that is interested in seeing seeing the video of the audio for whatever reason, you can check that out on the YouTube channel.
What's the channel, James?
It's my name, James Buttery 87. YouTube / whatever it is, user / that, but I'll put a link to it and we'll post this up.
Cool.
I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly the most... it's not an idyllic backdrop, is what I'm trying to say. The joke is that I live in the shittiest house on the nicest street in a really nice area.
Yeah, this is probably the nicest suburb in Auckland, isn't it? Well, one of
the nicest. And it's this old throwback 70s patchwork thing thrown together, like the lino on the floor is ridiculous. It's echoey as hell.
Wow, yeah, it is.
Yeah, this is going to sound great to the people out there.
Why are we here?
Why are we here? Well, it's a pretty existential question right off the bat, man. I don't know if I can handle it right now. Why are we here? I'm hungover a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know why you're hungover, because I'm feeling fine. We went out and had a few drinks. We actually stayed in and had a few drinks last night, listened to some records. We did do a live stream, which I think is available for 24 hours. We got 2 people watching briefly, and then it was a bit of a failure.
Yeah, our question was, is it watchable in retrospect? Turns out it is,
yeah,
and
so
it's probably not a great thing that that's the case, because it's pretty
terrible.
It's really bad.
And by the time this goes up, it would have expired anyway, so...
Yeah, so you're all lucky.
So you all missed out on it. But yeah, we just wanted to check in mainly and say that we're alive and we still want to do this. And
yeah, the format will be changing. I'm picking in the new year. Gonna make it snappier, gonna have some segments, punch it up. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with this format, but in wanting to have more of these come out, I reckon it's going to be better to actually keep the output nice and condensed. Yeah,
we want to keep it freeform, but not winding and loose and boring. Like, it's kind of like finding a balance between.
Yeah, we're already like 3-4 minutes in and we've barely said it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, we didn't plan this at all. Yeah.
No, this is kind of an impromptu thing.
Yeah. But we are going to show some records. Like, we went out yesterday to Real Groovy, the record store, and I traded some things, and we had a decent dig through, and
some
decent stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could say these are our digs of the week.
Digs of the week. Dun, dun.
Cue the thing, the podcast.
Yeah. So it looks like I bought a lot, but I traded a lot of stuff too. So I picked up a mixed bag. No grails, but some things that I've been wanting for a while. I'm just putting it out now.
Jesus Christ. I haven't seen it slide on like that.
Yeah, so
that's a hefty stack.
A hefty stack. Yeah, so I guess I can go first. You can come through. That's fine.
Say hello to the fine folks, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, sorry. It's not live or anything.
I didn't want to ruin it.
Where should we start? This one, because I think like it's the most interesting one. The camera probably can't see this. This is Bill Laswell Bassline. This is I found out this is Bill Laswell's first record. It's sort of an experimental, jazzy, funky. We had a quick listen to it. It's very weird.
It sounds so cool. Like the first track sounded quite modern to me.
Yeah. It's definitely a very interesting record. Yeah, it's very hard to describe what it is like. Yeah, on here the names I do know is obviously Bill Laswell playing he's playing a Fender 6-string an Ibanez 8-string, Music Man the Stingray bass, I know that one, Fender Fretless and the Steinberger bass, which you were telling me all about.
Yeah, that abhorrent instrument.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a Steinberger, apologies, but I really don't like those things.
Then we've got Ronald Shannon Jackson on drums, which I know is a really good free jazz player. George Lewis, who I've heard some of his stuff. Fred Thrift, guitar, he plays guitar and violin, so it's a very strange album. I really dig it though. I've known of Bill Laswell for ages, and this is something I put on in the store, in the headphones, and I was like, wow, this is super interesting, so that was really cool. Really happy to get that. Yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah,
that was something that I was immediately wanting to make a mental note of so I could actually listen to it later.
Yeah, I mean, the cover's not...
It's cool.
It's coolish, yeah. So yeah, that's on this weird level called Electro Musician, which I'm not really sure. Yeah. That was that.
Nice.
Can we go next? Well, I've got doubles, so maybe I'll do 2.
Yeah, do a couple.
Alright, this is the Cover Junkies Trinity Sessions. I've been wanting to get this for ages. It's a really beautiful... You said that it was like the vocals sounded kind of Irish and kind of Mazzy Star.
Yeah, I remember when I said this is going to sound ridiculous because I know it's wrong, but I just immediately, it was like Irish Mazzy Star, but yeah. That's the thing that came to my head.
It's not quite right, but yeah, it came to your head. But yeah, really beautiful, gorgeous. It sounds amazing. Like it's just the recording that you really get to hear the room, and this was all recorded direct. I'm pretty sure, so it's all completely analog. Yeah, I was really happy. Been wanting this for a while and just popped up there, and
a lot of texture.
A lot of recording. Yeah,
I love it.
All right, do you want to go pick one?
Yeah, we'll start with the one. This is more the story behind it rather than the actual record. But when I was on my way to meet James at Real Groovy, he messaged me saying, "Hurry up and get here. I think I might have found a grail." Thinking, okay, what the hell could that be? So I walked down there, see him, and he just holds this up.
Yeah,
Fugazi repeater. It was $10.
Yeah,
in the bin. $10 in one of the crates, and I reckon it's got to be an original, right?
It's definitely an original. I've got the same. Yeah.
Yeah. An OG. I mean, if you don't know Fugazi, you're never gonna know. Well, actually, you will know if you actually go onto Spotify, go onto YouTube, listen to that goddamn music, because holy shit, is it good.
It's very good.
Like, enough said.
When I said to you found a grail, did you have anything that you thought it may have been?
Well, I mean, because there are lots of things that I've been wanting to get, but in terms of, because I've seen the reissues, and I can never justify getting something like that when you can easily enough just get an original, but because the originals are expensive, you kind of just don't do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of half of the thrill, finding the cheap things that you're like, what the hell? Yeah, so the cool thing is I have a cool story with this now.
Yeah, definitely.
How many records do you actually have stories with? I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, I just lost of the time when I go and buy stuff. I just do like an inventory where I've got a mental list and I know that place has it, I'll go and get it. Whereas the excitement of finding things spontaneously is great. Yeah, but man, what a great record. I mean, after 13 songs. After 13 songs, I mean, it's, what a career they had.
I know, but yeah, so tight.
And it was like quite timely because recently, Minor Threat, there was a photo of them recreating the famous photo outside of the Discord house. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, they're getting back together, but like, no, they're just friends. They still hang out. So yeah.
So I mean, like the thing is that the store had just put out a whole bunch of secondhand stuff, all $10, and this I just happened to go over there and have a look, and I put my hand in, and I literally like flicked half of it because I couldn't be bothered. There was like maybe like 10 rows of maybe 300 records, something in each row, and I just happened to put my hand in and flicked through, and I saw the top and I pulled it out. I was like, holy crap, what else is in here? It turned out there wasn't really much else, but we ended up digging through a whole lot between the two of us.
Yeah, just to see if there actually was. Like, what else could it have been?
Yeah. Like, the stuff I pulled out that was nice, but nothing I really wanted. So.
Yeah, me too. I ended up putting some of those things back. But
yeah. So that was cool.
That was very cool. Very happy with that.
Yeah, that's a nice, good score. So I had been looking for an original of that for ages, and I just paid, basically 5 times what you paid of that last month. So I mean, it's weird how these things happen.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, but also I'm just really happy. So thank you.
I feel like you've done very well lately, especially with that Parliament
Yeah.
Last time I was with Dan, he pulled out a Mothership Connection, like an original pressing, that in really tidy shape for like $20 or something.
Yeah.
Which is really good here. So.
Yeah, because I've seen that before, and it's always not in the best condition. And that's a really, really clean version.
That's why I regret letting you have that. I don't regret it. Like it's not resentful regret. It was just.
If anything, it's gone to a very good home.
It has,
so
yeah.
I thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
It'll come up.
It will. I'll owe you in cosmic sense.
Yeah. Like I went on a big Parliament kick after that. I was like.
I saw it.
Yeah, I picked up
a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, got that Kinds of Dr. Frankenstein, which is really good.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's like I was like, oh, it's a bit later. It's not an essential Parliament record, but I put it on and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Have you done Chocolate City yet?
No, but you keep telling me to.
Chocolate City.
I don't know why, but like the artwork just does not do anything for me. Like,
it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
And I don't like the art. I'm sure the music's good, but
fair enough.
Yeah. So where do we go from here? I was going to say, speaking of brown covers, this is the Grateful Dead Working Man's Dead. So this is the last one I really wanted that I needed. And I've been after a copy of this for ages, but I wanted to get a really clean copy because it's really well arranged and recorded and really simple. And this thing is immaculate, like to the point where I feel like it must be a reissue, but it ain't. Like it's hardly played. This is their 5th or 6th record, so they get more away from psych and more into like country rock. And as you can see of this cover, it's a very rural sort of thing. It's called Working Man's Dead. It's an everyman sort of record. You know the song.
Well, because you know the whole Working Men's Club thing.
Yeah.
That's immediately the. Yeah. If you had said, "Oh yeah, this is a reference to that," that's what comes into my head.
Yeah, I mean the track, there's 3. Quite a lot. These are quite famous. Cumberland Blues, Casey Jones, Direwolf. Are all really good. Yeah, that's great. So I'm really happy to find like an absolutely mint condition copy of this for a very cheap price.
Yeah,
which is a rare thing. So that was really nice.
I still have yet to get into the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, you'll find for me, a track called Wharf Rat really got me into them. It's got this really, and again another really example of amazing bass playing. Yeah. I'll have to play it to you.
Yeah.
So that was a really good one.
Are you going to do this next?
Yes.
Yes, this thing is cool. Tell the story, James. Tell the story.
This is a record with a story. This is Archie Bell and the Drells Tighten Up. Like I have a pretty limited sort of soul and R&B knowledge. Like I can talk my way around, I suppose, but basically one of my favorite hip hop records, or because it's hip hop, is Digable Planets. It's called Refutations. It's got the purple cover. It just got reissued on Light in the Attic. And there's a track called Where I'm From, which is my favorite track on the album. And I've always been interested in learning. There's like a guitar riff at the beginning of it, and I've always wanted to know where it's come from. So I've Googled it a million times. I tried using Who Sample to try and find out what the sample was. Like this is like, a good 10 years of me, so not actively looking for 10 years, but sort of being always interested to know what it was. And then one day someone on Instagram posted this cover and I was like, well, that's a cool cover, I'll check that out. And then the first track is called Tighten Up, and that's where the sample came from. I'm like, what are the odds of that? Like, what are the odds that I saw that photo on Instagram? What are the odds that I decided to save this? What are the odds that I listened to it, And I found out it was a sample. So that's got that. But it's just a really fun, funky R&B, more soul R&B. Record, yeah. I mean, I've only picked this up yesterday, and I'm only super familiar with the first track, so I can't talk about this in a massive amount of detail.
Because I listened to it a bit yesterday too, and what I heard was very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Like not subpar. It sounded legit.
Yeah, it sounded legit. So that was really cool. I'll do another one since we're in the soul and funk vein. I probably overpaid a bit for this, but it's an immaculately conditioned Curtis Mayfield Back to the World, which is a really great record. It's one of the classic 3 or 4. I mean, awesome string arrangements, and this is too. Absolutely killer. I'm really happy to get that. So there's a copy of this at Flying Out for $25. And the record's in really good shape, but the cover's a bit fucked. I didn't buy it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
gonna give this more of a listen.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Because
it's sitting there in the bins.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was really happy to get that. Lots of this album came out right in the peak of when the Vietnam War, all the anti-student, all the student protests and stuff like that, and lots of talk about how people coming back from Vietnam, all the veterans were treated differently, and they felt mistreated by the public, who sort of, you know, they come back fighting for their country and did horrible things, and people were protesting against what they did, and, you know, lyrics, you know, Back to the World, Future Shock, I don't know, lots of political themes about the state of America at the time and stuff.
Very topical. I like that.
Yeah,
like, what the hell is that? Apocalypse. What's the album? Eugene Mc.
Oh yeah, In the Terrors of the Apocalypse.
Yeah. That, like, even though that wasn't about Vietnam, I still get a sense of very much of the time.
Yeah, very political.
Speaking to those issues.
Alright, do you want to pick a second?
Yeah, it's I only picked up a few records. Ended up costing me a lot.
Yeah, you got the quality.
Yeah. I mean,
come on.
Yeah, for the people listening, I'm holding up John Coltrane, my favorite things.
Yeah, but an original pressing.
It's an original pressing, and holy shit,
yeah.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Coltrane records. They had a CD compilation of like 5 of his classic CDs. You can get a cheap bundle, and back when I used to be a projectionist, way back when, I would put it on, have it in the background, and slowly but surely it just starts to seep into you.
Yeah.
And it can be background music, but you know, if you actually sit down, listen, and you hear the detail, it's incredible. Because I mean, again, James is the jazz connoisseur, knows all of the players and stuff. For me, somebody who just likes the music, I can't speak on the players, but I can speak on the playing, and there's a certain delicate, like there's the delicate feel which really, you know, it's something like that title track.
Yeah.
Because you've heard a million different iterations of it. Yeah. There's that underlying sense of...
Yeah, I really like the piano playing on this record. Like, you know, obviously it's a Coltrane record, but McCoy Tyner is just in the background.
Yeah. It's kind of like vamping in the background.
Yeah, vamping in the background. I mean, that's like the classic Coltrane quartet. Those guys did Love Supreme and stuff. Like, they went on to do Love Supreme. Like, that's the quartet. And then at the end, he switched to, when he went completely free, he switched out to more crazier players. But that's basically the classic Coltrane quartet. I'm pretty sure. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Actually, I could be wrong. I think I might be wrong on this. Hang on. Okay, so it's not quite the same. This has got McCoy Tyner and Elton Jones on it, but it doesn't have Jimmy Garrison on bass. That's a classic. This is Steve Davis. Okay, there you go. Interesting.
Yeah. So almost,
but yeah.
Yeah, but very happy with that. It sounds really, really good. Stoked.
That was good. Okay. I don't know what to say about this. This was a risk taker.
Yeah.
Well, not really. It's like $10, man. That's like the price of like a beer or a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen people have talked about this before. It's a very weird record.
What is it?
Of Cabbages and Kings by Chad Stewart and Jeremy Clyde. It's listed as like soft rock / psych folk / experimentation. I'm gonna give this a deeper listen. It's a little bit cheesy. Apparently, it's meant to be an amazing recording.
Yeah, it didn't immediately grab me when you played it last night.
See, when I was in the store and I put it on, it really grabbed me.
Yeah.
So this is like a mono promo pressing.
Oh, that's cool.
Or something. It's got this,
chessboard on
the back. And yeah. Oh, what's in here? I love finding stuff on records. Maybe that's just an inner sleeve. Oh yeah. Oh no, it's an inner sleeve. What the fuck? I don't know what's going on.
What is that?
I don't know, it's inner sleeve with all the stuff cut out of it, yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, very weird. Anyway, that one, sorry I can't talk about this more, but I know guys on the Psychedelic Experience, there's a channel called The Psychedelic Experience, and they just show psych records, and they rate them and stuff, and they talk about this. So, yeah. Let's see.
Repeat listen.
Secondly, repeat listen.
Give it a chance.
Yeah, definitely will do. So it's that. This is one that my friend Fred recommended to me. I'd seen this before a million times, but I never bothered. This is Elephant Mountain by the Youngbloods. This is a really cool, like you heard the first track, that Darkness.
Yeah, I was loving what I heard.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Americana?
Yeah, kind of Americana, country, psychedelic, weird, weird haunting. Yeah,
it's weird. I'm hearing so many records lately that for whatever reason were recorded in the 60s and 70s, and they just sound. There are elements that sound so surprisingly modern.
Yeah.
And current, and yet it's the production and or the recording technology at certain points that reveal the era.
Yeah.
But up to a point, the first track I was like, this sounds like it could be released today.
Look at that cover.
It's a really cool cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, just playing the guitar.
Yeah. That's cool. So that's that. You've got one more, have you?
Yeah.
I got two more, so
yeah.
You do yours.
For long-time listeners of the podcast, a dream came. A dream came true yesterday. I didn't realize that this had actually been released. I mean, on the sticker it says released for the first time on vinyl. There were promo copies. What episode did I talk about this on?
Guilty Pleasures.
Guilty Pleasures? Yeah, one of the early episodes. The Batman Forever soundtrack, it exists on vinyl, and I have it in my goddamn hands. If you want to hear my thoughts on this, I think I talked pretty in depth about it. Check out the Guilty Pleasures episode. But this is my childhood. This is the record responsible for my interest in music and basically my entire musical taste, inadvertently. I mean, if I just say the players on the back, we've got a U2 song, PJ Harvey, Brandy, Seal, Massive Attack with Tracy Thorn, Eddie Vedder, Mazzy Star, The Offspring, Nick Cave, Method Man, Michael Hutchins, The Devlins, Sunny Day Real Estate, The Flaming Lips. It's the most eclectic, bizarre compilation I think I've ever heard, and yet there's a consistent dark undertone that gels all of those songs together. I think this, for my money, is one of the better soundtrack albums you can find, because it was finding contemporary music at the time and tying it together, and it's very like a heavy lean on alternative music that I think works.
Yeah,
it's cool. Look, I get to hold that. It's big. I can see it. I've stared at this so many. I've listened to this album maybe more than any other thing I've ever heard, and looked at this cover and the back cover and everything. So I'm very keen, very happy. Dreams do come true, people.
Dreams do come true,
and it's all thanks to capitalism. Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch!
I don't know where that came from.
James has found a St. Pierre's sushi card
with one stamp on it. I don't know where this came from.
I've got a vendetta against these guys just because in my job I have to record the ads with the owner.
Yeah.
And he's just a massive tool.
They're like a sushi chain here in Auckland, in New Zealand.
With the most annoying jingle in the world.
And the sushi's not even
that great.
No, it's pretty average.
Alright, what else did you get?
Okay, last two. This thing here called Ira Kerry. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like a live Cuban jazz record. We only had the first track, and that's what I heard in this thing, and it was very cool. Just really funky, live Cuban, a little bit out there.
The live nature of it's really there's an energy that comes through very clearly and immediately.
1979, which is a bit late on Columbia. It's spelled Irakere. I really enjoy this. I really love the cover art too.
Cover art's great.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that for $17.
So yeah, I mean,
you would take the risk.
Yeah, it's such a cool cover, and yeah, there's one guy in the back that looks like he doesn't belong in the band.
Oh, you can't see this, but yeah. I wonder if I can zoom on the video if I edit this. So that was really cool. Again, I can't talk too much about it, but I've seen this before. Again, it rang a bell. And the last one is like it's like a psychedelic Latin African mishmash of things. I never looked inside the gatefold properly. It folds over. I didn't realise that.
Oh, that's super cool.
Alfonso Lovo, and the album's called La Gigatona. Really cool. There's a whole bunch of weird instruments on here: congas, saxophones, trombones, two guitars, timbales, Fender Rhodes. Yeah, it's all recorded in Nicaragua, which is in Costa Rica. I think it's Costa Rican. Yeah, very cool.
And a really cool record label too.
Yeah, good old Numero Group. So there we go, got a mixed bag of stuff. So I think tomorrow I might And if you want to come, I might head.
I
I
definitely
maybe
might.
head to flying out as well, just in case.
I'd be very keen to do both.
Okay.
At last, double check just in case. You
Yeah.
never know.
I do know. Let's do that.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
nice. So some
So-
good hauls, some good
Yeah.
picks.
So the reason we are in, which we'll talk about in Auckland, is our mutual friend is getting married next weekend,
Yeah.
and today is the stag day evening night.
Yes.
So we have people coming over for a barbecue here and some drink. Well, actually, I don't know if I'm going to be drinking because we're going to go karting
Yeah.
this evening.
Yeah. Subject to change potentially. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Keep it loose.
Keep it loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's nice to actually see everybody again. And we figured it would be a good opportunity to
Yeah.
talk a little bit, catch up, and let you know that we're still here.
Yeah. So we're going to play a big night tonight, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
We may even record a drunken. I don't know if we will.
It could be the most uninteresting thing that purely for our amusement. We might do it anyway. Won't release it, but just for our entertainment at a later stage. Nothing
Yeah.
like hearing yourselves in a state that you can't even remember.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done that before.
Neither.
No.
It's probably for the best. We'll probably do it and realize, why would you even want to do this in the first place?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the food of last night? Because I really enjoyed it. Is it really worth talking about what we had for dinner? Not really.
I mean, we're
It's not really a topical thing.
the people listening by now. We're supposed to be a music podcast, and we end up just diverging into all different areas. But I think that keeps it interesting.
Like last night we played a game that went on for like 2 hours, and it was just called Yes or No. And you just name a band, yes or no.
Would you
like,
bat for it?
Yeah, it's like, would you vouch for this band? And it was really interesting. Like the bottom line is, would you vouch for them now, regardless of what they've done previously and stuff.
If you look at the entirety of somebody's career, all of their releases, and if you can overlook certain things, would you still hold it up?
I mean, the three big ones for me were like Pink Floyd, U2, and Pearl Jam, because like I have soft spots for like all those early ones, but then you can disregard like 10, 15 years, less than 15 years, so it's kind of like, overall, can you vouch for them? Would you recommend them?
I mean, I think I said no to all three of those.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tough game because what you deem to be indefensible is going to differ.
Yeah.
But your whole thing with Pearl Jam, those first two records.
Yeah.
For me, the entirety of their output is not enough to hold that up. And double standards I can for other things, but for whatever reason, not that.
I mean, it's like, it should be like, if someone had never heard this music before, and you want to get them into music, would you say go listen to U2? No. Yeah, exactly. Pearl Jam, no.
Pearl Jam. I mean, but it's all subjective, personal taste.
That if you had the opportunity to mold somebody to have the best type of music, you wouldn't recommend them.
No, I mean, I'd much prefer to. If you're going to listen to Pearl Jam, getting into that old stuff, like, here are some other things that I think are cool. Because I never thought Pearl Jam was cool.
They probably no. Yeah, it's a good name though.
Is it though?
I don't know. I think it's a good name.
Yeah, it's alright.
Anyway.
Sorry, Pearl Jam fans.
Yeah.
Send your hate letters to. No, I'm not going to say my address. Not that it matters because they're going to bowl this place in probably a year anyway.
It's not even a joke, is it?
It's not even a joke.
No.
You can't see it, but I'm looking at a wall with knife marks all in it. We've been throwing bread knives at the wall, trying to get them stuck in.
I haven't. You say weave. This was you and your flatmates.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I shouldn't implicate you in such horrendous behaviour.
Yeah, alright. That was that. How long are you going for, you reckon? I can't read the screen.
Do we want to keep this a short one, or do we want to talk about the reissue thing quickly?
No, I think we should separate it.
Yeah, good idea.
More content. Alright, we'll wrap that up. Again, that was just a quick one.
Yeah, we're still here.
We're still here.
Hi. How dear.
Oh yeah, now we get to the part where we have to figure out how to end it, and we can never do it.
Eventually, we're going to get there. We're going to figure out a consistent way
Yeah.
of not making these terrible, shitty endings.
We need a tagline. I say that every time.
Is the we need a tagline the tagline?
That's what we say every time.
Are we like grandparents that just forget every time your grandchildren come and you just reiterate the same stories, the same routines?
Yeah, it could be that way. You could just be like, you've been listening to The Good, The Bad, and the LP. Da-da-da.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. like you can check us out and all of those different things. You don't have to, but these episodes are probably going to become shorter,
Yes.
more consistent, with more zing, more zap, more zazz.
And we're now on Spotify.
We are on Spotify for your listening pleasure, for your skipping pleasure, for just your general pleasure. Just be safe.
I wonder how we can view the stats on those.
We can't.
Oh, that's right, you can't, yeah.
Yeah, we can view stats on the amount of downloads from the Podbean site, which we send everything out through. But the actual Spotify stuff we can't track, so we don't know if there are people really listening too much. All we know is you gotta do it for yourself first, right?
It's true. Alright, let's end it.
Please, somebody just end it.
Someone's coming over, a friend of ours. I imagine he'll be here pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
So we should probably end it.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice catching up with you, man.
Bye.
See ya. I'm not even looking at the camera.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave this bit in.